dances slow and looks at me. She must be the sunlight, shines a little more tonight. I know I try to make her mine.
Hello, good afternoon. I am late getting this vlog started. How are you guys? I had a really nice morning, as you guys saw. The sunrise was beautiful. I woke up really early, wanted to get like an early start to the day, had my coffee, I meditated a little bit, and then I had to jump right in and do some work. So didn't really get a chance to vlog after my little morning routine, but here we are. I also had to squeeze in some grocery shopping because I mentioned in my last vlog, I am having a couple over for dinner on Saturday. It'll be really nice. It'll be nice. I'm gonna be making a porterhouse. I'm making mac and cheese and cream spinach for sides. I'm gonna kind of be putting together like a charcuterie board for apps, and we're gonna have a salad and everything. And then I'm making apple cider donuts for dessert. So I had to buy all the ingredients today because I won't have time tomorrow. Today's Thursday. I won't have time tomorrow, and I need to start cooking bright and early on Saturdays. So I went grocery shopping today, and our fridge has never looked happier. So I got some cornichons for the charcuterie plate. I got some quince paste and some stuffed olives and some meats and stuff. And then I don't think I've ever purchased so much dairy at once, basically for the cream spinach, for the mac and cheese, like so much butter, so much cheese. This is for the mac and cheese, and that's for the charcuterie board. Oh, and then some Honeycrisp apple juice. So the apple cider donut recipe obviously asked for apple cider, and I couldn't find apple cider at my supermarket. So I looked it up and I was like, what's the best alternative? Is it just apple juice? And so when I read the definition of what apple cider is, they said it's unfiltered juice with no sugar added. So I was like, I think this is apple cider, and it looks like apple cider. So I'm glad I found that, and I love Honeycrisp apples. But for now, I'm preparing lunch, and I am making myself a grass-fed ribeye steak. I chuckle because it seems so decadent, but when you're doing the carnivore diet, this is just a staple. Grass-fed ribeye steak. It's bone-free, so it should cook pretty quickly. Hi, Butters. What's going on? Want to play with your shark toy? I know it's hot out. Come on, let's go inside. It is brutally hot today. I think it's about 108, 106, 108 outside. And all Miss Butters wants to do when she's home is go outside. But then she goes outside and she's like, oh, it's so hot. And she just sits by the sliding door wanting to come back in. So all day it's like an in-out thing for her. My baby? Where are you going? So while I'm waiting for my steak to cook, let me see if there's any updates I need to tell you. So our home automation, which I know I started, I feel like a gazillion vlogs ago, that is pretty much done. They're actually coming next week just to finish up a few things because a lot of the equipment that they ordered was on back order or whatever, or we just had to kind of like flush out exactly what it is that we wanted. But that is pretty much done, so it's really cool. Like, it's so neat to be able to change things on your phone through these apps, like the temperature, answer the doorbell, like all these things that I'm like, wow, this is so cool. And I think I had mentioned to you guys, again, a gazillion vlogs ago, that I had ordered window treatments for the sliding doors down here in the family room and for the French doors in our bedroom. Those are going to be installed on Friday. I am so excited. When they're here installing, I want to talk to her, the rep that I've been working with. I want to talk to her about some other windows that I want covered kind of urgently, like the one in our bathroom. Again, it's lovely and it's all like frosted over so you can't actually see through it, but the sun comes in and it's so bright that when I'm standing with the window behind me looking into the mirror, I can't actually see myself. Like I'm dark, you know, even when I turn the lights on that are in front, it's not enough. Like it's so bright. So I'm like, I need that window covered. So I think those are the only house updates I have for you, but I'm gonna vlog when they come and install the window treatments. I'm so excited. It's one of those things that I feel like really softens up a room and it really kind of starts to make it look a little bit more finished. And I don't have any window treatments currently, so it'll be nice. It'll be a nice touch. All right, let's see. We've got a perfect medium rare here. I'm gonna cut this in half so my husband can enjoy half later. Oh yeah, that looks perfect. I am gonna let this rest a little bit. So while we're doing that, I got 2 PR packages that I wanted to show you. The first one is from Westman Atelier. I love when I get PR packages from them, which doesn't happen often, so it's really special. But they sent me 2 of their foundation stick shades. So I have Atelier 1, which I purchased when the line first came out, so it's probably not even good anymore. So they sent me Atelier 2 and Atelier 3 because I thought one was, it was just a little, like a touch too light for me. So I'm excited to try these 2 deeper shades. And then they sent me their lit up highlight stick. And they also sent me their contour stick in biscuit, which I decluttered because that was definitely getting like old. Was it the texture or the smell? I feel like it smelled a little funky. Again, I had most of these products from when the line launched at Barney's. So they were really old. And I'm so glad I have these. So big thank you to Westman Atelier for sending those over. And then I got a box from Givenchy. So they've come out with the Le Rouge Sheer Velvet. It is a blurring sheer matte lipstick in a refillable pink velvet case. And it's available in 10 wearable shades. So let's just open up one here. I've got shade number 10, which is Beige Nude. Ooh, it is velvet. I wouldn't say this is pink though, this is red. And here is the Beige Nude color. This whole sheer matte lipstick thing is definitely becoming a trend because NARS came out with it. And I feel like that was the first time I saw this kind of like very different, interesting kind of lip product. I feel like matte lipsticks are always associated with like really high pigment, like liquid lipstick situations, and for them to be like sheer and moisturizing yet matte, I think is really different. Let me open up a different one. Oh, so this one is pink, and this one is number 10 Beige Nude. That was Beige Nude, and this one is Beige Nude. Ooh, that looks really nice. So they did send me all 10 shades. Huge thank you to Givenchy, and I cannot wait to try these out. Hopefully I will get a chance to try these in like a trying new makeup video or something. Fun. I love how they're refillable too. Okay, I think my steak has rested long enough. I'm gonna dig in and I'll be back later. So the installer for window treatments has just arrived. He's bringing all of his stuff in and he's gonna start in the primary bedroom with our French doors, and I'm gonna see if he's comfortable with me filming some of this. Well, hello. The installation team just left and Our primary bedroom's drapes are up. They look really, really beautiful. So we got drapes that are pinch pleated at the top, and this is the linen fabric that I got for the room, and we got like a sheer backing to it, not total blackout, because I wanted to be able to see that beautiful texture? I wanted to be able to see that texture in the fabric with the light coming in, but this little lining here definitely helps with light. So let me go ahead and close the drapes so you guys can see. So they still have to kind of settle down a little bit, but here's what it looks like all closed. So they will grow a little bit. The weight of this fabric is so heavy that I was actually thinking they should probably install it maybe even a little bit higher, but it's about an inch off the ground, and it'll probably come to about a half an inch in about a week. But there are the pinch pleats up at the top. So yeah, I just got 2 pinches instead of 3. I think generally people put like 3 pinches in their pinch pleats, but I only wanted 2 because I didn't want it to get too thick. I didn't want it to look too traditional. I feel like with the 3, it starts to look very, very traditional. So I thought this still looked really clean. Oh, that looks so nice. And the color is perfect. It's hard to tell through this camera, but the color is really, really perfect with the flooring here. Let me see if I can get up close. Yeah, it's like a little bit cooler than the flooring. And so it works really well with our cabinetry here and the floor. So I am really happy with the color, with the fabric, going with the pinch pleats, because I'm a ripple fold kind of gal, which is what I did downstairs. But I do think eventually, like the way I'm gonna be decorating this bedroom will probably be a little bit more on the traditional side than the rest of the house, because I just want it, I don't know, it's just what I see for this bedroom for some reason. I don't know why. But let me show you the downstairs family room sliding door situation. Okay, so this is the situation right now. And the drapes are hanging off of, let's see if you guys can see, those little carriers. Anyway, they have the wrong ones in the rod. And so Phil, the gentleman who was here, as soon as he started clipping them on, he was like, this isn't right. This is not going to be right. So he didn't have the right part in his van. So yeah, he's going to have to put different carriers into this rod and kind of just re-snap the drapes onto them. But they're functioning. It's just like the cord here, you can see hanging down. It's just not right now. But when the sun comes in, at least we'll be able to close up these drapes. So these don't have any lining. I wanted the sun to be able to come through. I just didn't want like direct sunlight, but I really liked the idea of just having, you know, semi-sheers in front. I think, oh, right there, I think you can see it. There's that little teensy bit of like sage green in this natural color, and it just looks really, really beautiful against the flooring. It looks really beautiful with like the tiling in my kitchen. So I am really happy with this fabric. And since this is not nearly as thick as the linen that we use upstairs, and there's no lining, my one concern was that they wouldn't hang well. But what they did was, it's all tucked in there, but there is actually a chain in here. So these are chain weighted, which is fantastic. So they just hang really, really nicely. Let me close these up just so you can get an idea, but this will look a lot better next week when Phil comes back with the different carriers. But here it is, and this fabric is going to settle down a little bit too. So down here is the ripple fold, which I really like. I think it's just a little bit more modern looking, and I thought that was a little bit more appropriate for the family room. We were going to ceiling mount it all the way up here, but the ceilings are just too high. It would have been really heavy looking and just like a wall of fabric against this wall. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't want that. It was like we were going back and forth and back and forth. And finally I was like, forget it. Let's just do this. So for now, it's basically going to look like this. Again, you know, it's going to reach the edge here or the end on both sides. Right now it can't. And I'm debating whether or not I want to put like a really simple valance over the rod, since it is exposed. With the ripple fold, it hangs down from the rod, unlike the pleats upstairs that hang like in front of the rod. So that is the drapery update. And while my rep was here kind of helping out with the installation, she asked if I wanted to move forward with anything else, because I had thought I wanted to do the rest of the kitchen windows and this other window here in the family room. And I held off on it because I just wasn't sure what style I wanted, what fabric I wanted to go with. Did I want to do something completely contrasting? What other windows were more important? Because I'm trying to pace myself. So she took measurements for the 3 windows in the kitchen and then this one. And then she also took measurements for the big window in my primary bathroom. And then she also took measurements for my guest room, because if I have guests coming, they're gonna be woken up quite early with that Las Vegas sun. So measuring all those out and then seeing how much that comes in at. But I'm gonna do these like Hunter Douglas, I think they're called, what are they called? Not silhouettes. Vignettes. They're vignette, like modern Roman shades, and you can motorize them, and I can add them to my home automation system. So I think that's what I'm gonna do down here, not in the guest room because whatever, that's a whole nother thing. But down here and also in the primary bath, I'm gonna do the motorization. And like I said, I can like link it to my home automation system, and I can also link it to Alexa. So that's very exciting. And I have been like obsessively looking at window treatments on Instagram for ideas, and just like I have a really hard time looking at a fabric swatch and then envisioning it as one giant wall covering in front of a window with light. So yeah, I've just been like obsessively looking for inspiration, and then talking to my rep Karen, who's so knowledgeable, who's been doing this for I think almost 40 years. So she can look at something and immediately say, that's not gonna work, or that's gonna be too busy, or that's, you're not gonna like that in like 5 months, So anyway, I've been obsessively looking at pictures on Instagram, and yeah, so that's what brought me to those vignette modern Roman shades, because I wanted Roman shades there made out of this fabric, and just like, cord drawn Roman shades. But I was actually walking Butters in my neighborhood after dinner, and we were walking by this house. It's like a much newer build. I think they just finished it maybe a couple months ago. And their outside lights went on, and at the exact same time, their roller shades, I guess, like started to come down and were motorized. And I was like, oh, that is so cool. But ever since then, I was like, I think I want motorized shades. I never thought I did. I thought, for maybe like our fireplace room where it's that huge window and they're just too heavy to move yourself. Maybe, I don't even know if I'm putting window treatments there, but like, okay, maybe you need that. But other than that, I just never thought about it. I thought that just seems like way crazy, but it was like the coolest thing. So anyway, when the home automation team was here, they actually asked me, they were like, oh, do you have automated blinds? And I was like, no, but I want them now. So anyway, that's probably coming soon. Yeah, really excited about window treatments now. Who knew? So I think we're gonna grab some lunch, and I'm gonna drag my husband to Pottery Barn, Williams Sonoma, and then Spirit Halloween. And then we have to go pick up Butters from school. Oh my God. Sorry, before I leave you, it is pouring here. Can you see the rain coming down? Holy smokes. Of course, blue skies in the background. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, blue skies in the background. And absolutely pouring. It's just coming off of our balcony. Whew. Wow. Wow. Amazing. We definitely need the rain, so no complaints here. Well, hello. That lunch at Shake Shack was delicious. That was definitely dirty carnivore for sure. But I had to eat lunch out. My husband was kind of craving Shake Shack, so I figured, why not just have a burger? I had a little bit of that lettuce. It was just soaked with with the burger grease. It was like stuck on to the patty. I was like, whatever, I'll just eat it. Anyway, we did hit Pottery Barn and Williams-Sonoma afterwards, but it wasn't even worth vlogging. I had never been into those stores here. I'd only walked by, and I thought they were, like, from the outside, I don't know, I just thought they were a lot bigger. They're okay. They're a decent size, but there just wasn't much going on, so I didn't vlog, but we are on our way to Spirit Halloween now. We are here! Spirit Halloween. Here I come. Good morning. So I don't think I vlogged much after Spirit Halloween, probably because nothing really happened. It was a lot of fun. There were a lot of cool animatronics there, but their shelves were pretty empty, so I didn't end up getting anything. I was just hoping for like a cute, I don't know, something, just like little decor here and there, but they didn't have much. Or they didn't have much that I was interested in. Today, I think I had mentioned this, I was supposed to have a couple of friends over to celebrate my friend's husband's belated birthday, but they canceled, well, we're gonna reschedule because he is feeling under the weather. It's not COVID, thankfully. I think he just has a cold. He works in the medical profession, so he probably caught a cold and but has gotten tested and it's not COVID. So anyway, those plans are defunct for today, but I think we're still going to have a porterhouse for dinner. My husband and I will probably split that, and I'm sure we'll have leftovers. And I was going to make like a charcuterie board, which I'm not gonna do, just for the two of us. And the sides, I was gonna do mac and cheese and cream spinach. My husband does not like mac and cheese. I know, crazy. He doesn't like mac and cheese, but he does like cream spinach, so maybe I'll make that for him. But for dessert, I was going to make apple cider donuts. So when I told my husband that my friends had canceled, he was like, his first thought, he was like, no donuts? And I was like, well, I don't want to make a whole batch just for you. And, he really looked like the wind was just knocked out of his sails. So I think I'm going to make donuts. But first things first, I got to walk the Butters. I got to feed and walk Miss Butters. Someone came running downstairs after me and then just plopped herself down in her crate. Do you want breakfast, baby? Butters has been fed and walked. Right, baby? We are ready to make some apple cider donuts. So the recipe that I'm following is called the Baked Apple Cider Donuts off of the New York Times site or app, whichever one you use. I am a member. I believe you have to be a member to access the recipes. They do have some free ones. Anyway, it is very, very much worth it. I really like the recipes on here. And then they're rated. Anyway, awesome. So they have at least a couple of apple cider donut recipes on here. I am going with the baked one for a couple of reasons. One, this recipe only yields a dozen donuts, so that's great. Usually baking recipes, it's like, you're always baking for an army. So this only yields 1 dozen donuts, and I like the idea that it's baked. And not even so much for like health reasons or whatever, because we're eating donuts, but I just don't like deep frying or like heavily frying stuff. It's just a mess. It's a mess. It's a lot of oil. It gets everywhere, blah, blah, blah. So when I saw this baked recipe, I was really excited. It doesn't seem complicated. It doesn't seem dramatic or traumatic, which baking can sometimes be. And it got 5 stars. So I am very excited for this. So I do have donut pans. I will not be eating any of these. This is just for my husband. But I used to bake a lot. I want to say in the late 90s, I want to open up a bakery. So I used to bake a lot. And I tapered off and I'd go through moments or whatever. And I haven't baked in a long time. And in fact, to get ready for this recipe, I actually had to go out and buy flour and sugar because I just don't have those in the house. So I'm excited. So I pretty much have taken out all of the ingredients that I need. Okay, let's go ahead and get started.
It feels a lot like saying goodbye. Draw it out, love, it's bleeding me dry. Last month I spent a week with my heart in New York. In LA it changed, you feel so much further than ever before. I watched the lines all blurring far between the places that I thought I'd wanna be. With you changing me, and every day I'm wanting more and more. My heart's a debt that you cannot afford. To leave would that be worse? It feels a lot like anxiety rise.
Apple cider donuts are done. I don't know if I won't criticize the recipe, definitely not. I think I undercooked them. I think I should have baked them for like maybe another 2 minutes, because when I flipped them over, they were all kind of stuck, which is why I stacked them, but I put parchment paper in between all of them because I just knew they were gonna get kind of stuck together. I've only made donuts once before, and like I said when I started this recipe, I don't like deep frying because it just makes such a mess, but the other time I made donuts, they were deep fried. And I think those are so much better. I mean, these are basically like donut-shaped muffins. Nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to donuts, I feel like you're expecting a certain thing. But we'll see if my husband likes them. I'm gonna have him do a little taste test when he gets back. He actually went out to get some breakfast since I was hogging up the kitchen.
I think they're really good. More cakey. Kind of like apple cake. I can eat this whole thing right now, which I probably will.
Okay.
They're good.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
Very nice and moist, and I don't know, I think they're good. I think they're really good.
Well, there you have it, folks. My husband likes them. He thinks they're like an apple cake. Moist, good flavor. And he said, if we were to have purchased these out, we would have been happy with them. Can't ask for much more. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning into this vlog. I will see you guys very, very soon.